Why this is entitled B-Pod? The fuck? Why this is entitled B-Pod is because I'm literally living in one giant sex offender pod. Just like they joked around about, there are things worse than fucking death. The first time I went to Cedar Hills, they said that I shouldn't say that. The second time I went back to Cedar Hills, everybody said I was right. There are things worse than death, Chad. That is true. I know. I know there is. I used to live in a block of killers. Now, it was scary. And it was scary waking up doing my work. But they're predominantly killers and they only attack adults and elderly people. I'm not going to worry too much about that shit. They don't go after children. Now, this block I live on, they're fucking child molesters. The worst kind of criminals you could ever have in your jails or live around. This is one giant B-Pod. I have to go to sleep and I have to get so drunk every night I could forget where I'm at. And then I have to wake up every day thinking, hey, maybe I'm back at home, but I'm not. I'm in this hellhole living next to this fucking slut and her fat husband who tried to fucking rape a child. I'm living around child molesters. The worst shit ever. I have to wake up in fear every fucking day thinking they could do it again to one of my contracts or one of my people because they thought that Chelsea and Autumn was sold to them to get molested on a bus so they could set up me and get money and shit. That's what they thought they were going to do. I wake up every day knowing these motherfuckers do this shit, and then they harass me about it and shit like I did something wrong and say that I did something wrong by stopping their operation or some shit. You never had an operation. Just like I said in my last recording, how much state funding was paid for you? They also have state funding and Consberg and molest a kid. That's what I get to wake up around every fucking day now. Literally, it's like living in, I've never been in B-Pod, but if I was in B-Pod, this is how I would imagine it would be. A bunch of child molesters